from Blooming Bakes. Welcome to my channel, and I am going to show you today a different type of buttercream which I've seen a lot of bakers rave about on social media channels, and we're going to try it out today, make it and see how easy it is to pipe. So this is condensed milk buttercream. I'm not the inventor of it, as I've seen lots of other bakers rave about it, and all you need is butter, condensed milk and whatever flavouring you want to give your buttercream. So today we're just going to use shop-bought caramel and make some caramel condensed milk buttercream. So really easy, hopefully fairly mess-free because you're not working with icing sugar and the cloud that can produce, and really easy to flavour as well. So let's get started and we see how this works. So first off, we need 500 grams of butter. I'm using a good quality butter with a high percentage fat, and I'm just going to cut it into chunks and add that to my mixing bowl. Make sure your butter is room temperature, so it's squishable but not melting. It will just mean that you can mix your butter easier. If your butter is coming straight out of the fridge, it will be way too hard to try and mix it and whip it into a creamy consistency. Okay, so that is 250. I'm not even weighing my butter because I know one block is 250 grams. So I just need to use a full 2 blocks of butter. There we go, that will be 500 grams of good quality room temperature butter. And we're now going to whip that in a similar fashion that I do my normal buttercream. Don't use a whisk attachment because you're working with butter, which is quite a solid consistency, and you don't want to put too much air into your buttercream either. So use your paddle attachment on your stand mixer, and I'm going to whip this, give it a good beating for at least 5 minutes until it's nice and fluffy, it's gone whiter in colour, and sort of a creamy consistency, and then we'll add the other ingredients to that. So while that is going on, I'm just going to wipe my hands. Perfect, so our butter has gone nice and white, very soft, creamy consistency. And we are now going to add our 2 other ingredients and give it a good beating after that again. So scrape down the sides of your bowl. Our condensed milk. So a whole tin of condensed milk, which here in the UK is almost 400 grams of condensed milk. So this is your sugar substitute for icing sugar, which you will normally use in American buttercream. But as you can see, this is much less messy than working with icing sugar. Okay, that's my whole tin of condensed milk. I'm just going to make sure I've got all of that. We're going to give that a beating just to incorporate the condensed milk, and then we'll add our flavouring. Right. Okay, so I've only beaten this for about 30 seconds, literally just to incorporate your condensed milk. You can definitely see this is now not just butter anymore, it's got a different, slightly droopy consistency. And we're now going to add about half a cup of caramel. You can obviously make your own caramel, homemade, or use shop-bought caramel. And we're just going to use about half the tin, I would say. Should be enough. I'm literally just eyeballing it to use about half. And we'll mix that in and see what we end up with. Right, so again, I've just beaten it for maybe 20 seconds, literally just to incorporate the caramel. Don't overbeat it. And let's see what we have. Just get everything off your camera attachment. There we go. Scrape down the sides. And there you have a beautiful and smooth caramel buttercream, which was super quick to make, really quick. You won't have any lumps of sugar because we're not using any icing sugar. It is a really nice consistency. I have seen some people mentioning that they're actually using this type of buttercream to pipe flowers. And as you know, I specialize in piping buttercream flowers and making cupcake bouquets. I use American buttercream to do that. But looking at the consistency of this, I think you should be able to pipe flowers with this as well. It is definitely stiff enough to do that. It's quite smooth, much smoother than American buttercream, but the stiffness should be fine. Right, so I'm going to add this to a piping bag, and we can pipe it onto some cupcakes just to see how easy it is to pipe with this type of buttercream as well. I'm just going to take a little taste, yeah? This is really good. Very creamy, very creamy. I would say creamier than American buttercream. Very nice. I'm not sure. I think if I use a lot of buttercream, like a high swirl, I think I prefer the taste of American buttercream. You can definitely taste the difference. And I think I prefer the icing sugar taste. But this is really nice. Very creamy, very buttery. And as I say, super quick and easy to make, so definitely give it a try. If you can't find icing sugar, or if you run out, or if you just want to do something really quick and easy, this is a good one to go. Right, I've got a piping bag ready. Let's pop some of this in my piping bag, and we'll just decorate some cupcakes to see how easy this buttercream pipe. Because that is, of course, the other thing to keep in mind with buttercream is how easy is it to make, how expensive is it to make, how easy is it to pipe with, because that is, at the end of the day, what you do with it. All right. So I'm using a Wilton 2D nozzle, which is your closed starter. And I'm just going to grab a few cupcakes and let's see what we can do. Okay, so we've got our 6 cupcakes. I am using Christmas spiced cupcakes, which I think will go really well with our caramel buttercream. See the recipe for these Christmas spice cupcakes below this video, and we're just going to see how easy is it to pipe with this condensed milk buttercream. Wow, this is silky smooth. That is amazing. Really easy to pipe. As I said, I actually think I can see why people say you can pipe flowers with this as well. It is holding its shape. Look at that. It's not flopping over, it's holding its shape really well. It's much easier to pipe than with American buttercream. It is softer, so it might be one of the reasons. But it's silky smooth, so it's sort of just gliding out of the piping bag. I also want to check how many cupcakes we get out of this. So there's 6 cupcakes we've done the rosette swirl on, and I'm still left with a huge amount of buttercream. So I would, if I eyeball this amount of buttercream, I think you're going to easily be able to pipe 24 rosette swirls as a minimum with this amount of buttercream. So definitely enough to make that many, and obviously if you do a higher swirl it will take more buttercream. So let's just pop a few sprinkles while we at it. Let's pop a few sprinkles on our cupcakes as well, and they will look super pretty. And there we go. So we've got 6 little cupcakes, super quick condensed milk buttercream recipe. My first time I've tried this, and I must say it is super easy to make, super easy to pipe with, mess free, unlike icing sugar, and it tastes really nice, really creamy, really buttery. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Try it at home as well when you want to do a quick and easy buttercream, and send me your pictures from what you've made with your buttercream, and remember to tag me with Blooming Bakes by Cornell. See you soon, bye!